Hello, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Kiki Palmer was on Saturday Night Live this past Saturday. She was on Saturday Night Live and she surprised the audience. I guess she was hosting. I might have to go back and watch it because I can actually go back. It comes on Hulu, so I can actually go back and watch the episode on Hulu. Um, but I guess imagine she was probably hosting the show, and she surprised the audience by showing her baby bump. I mean, there has been some speculation that before that she was expecting, but she confirmed it by showing her baby bump, as they call it, on Saturday Night Live. So pictures been circulating all over social media. There's been some buzz, social media buzz. YouTube is buzzing. You know, YouTube is always buzzing. And people are having some productive conversations about single motherhood. Um, people about that's a good question. I said, that's interesting. I said that's interesting topic. I see. Do black women glorify single motherhood? Good question. Do black women glorify single motherhood? And I do think I've spoken in many other videos. As you know, I spent many years being a single mother myself. I've done a lot of videos talking about single motherhood. Um, and if you watch me on a regular basis, you know that I've done a lot of videos talking about single motherhood, how rough it is. And, I was talk about a lot how women should wait to marriage. Because I was a single mother for many years and it was rough. It's not for the faint of heart. It was really rough. It's a hard life, particularly when you're not financially stable. When you're not financially stable, that makes it even more difficult. It makes it 10 times harder when you're not financially stable. Um, so I'm always stressing on my channel to the younger black ladies coming up. I'm always stressing, waiting until marriage to um, it's and that's the way, that's God's way. That's God's way of doing things. That's the order that God says that we need to do things in. I know not everybody is a follower of the Bible. I know that not everybody reads the Bible, and a lot of people don't even believe in God. So, some people may not think one way about it. Either one way or the other. Some people may not see no problem with having a child um, outside of marriage. But that's what a lot of talk is. People have been talking about in different blogs and stuff, how it seems like black single motherhood is glorified. It's normalized in the black community. It's glorified. It does seem to be. I know I've spoken many times about it being normalized in the black community, and that's the issue that I have. I have the issue of black single motherhood of being normalized in the black community, and it is. It's um, insanely normalized for black women to be single mothers. I know when I was coming up, my mother was a single mother. I mean, my mother was married to my dad for 10 years. And unfortunately, I don't remember my father being in the home because my father left when I was 5 years old. I really enjoy listening to my oldest sister because she remembers everything. She remember everything, and because she's the oldest, so she remembers. And my other, not my middle sister remembers quite a bit too. They can recall when my father was in the home. And so I get a chance to get those great stories from them um, because I don't remember anything before the age of 5. And I don't remember my father. He was in my life for 5 years. Unfortunately, those 5 years I don't remember. So that's sad. It makes me sad to think I don't have no memory of it, but it is what it is. Most people don't remember anything before the age of 5. So, um, now in some cases women do get married. In my mother's case, she got married, and my father. She was married to my father for 10 years. They got a divorce, and she still was in a position to where she had to be a single mom for many years. So, I mean, life offers no guarantees. Some women may get married. I know there's women that did get married and still got a divorce and still winding up being a single mom. It is what it is. But and then and a lot of like the women in my neighborhood were single moms. Um and I think that's really interesting because the neighbors in the community were single moms. And my aunt was a single mom. Ironically, she had two boys. um and she was a single mom as well. Of course, my aunt never married, and she was a single mother as well to two boys, ironically. um, and so I had single mothers in my family, and there was women in the neighborhood that were single moms. So I think in psychologically, I might have thought that that was the norm, you know, because I meditate on that a lot, and I think psychologically I might have thought that that was a normal thing because when I got pregnant with my oldest son, um, I didn't think about the seriousness of it as far as, oh my God, we should have been married. I should have got married first. I didn't think of it in those terms. Um, I didn't think of it like that. I just you know did not. I did that just didn't cross my mind. That it didn't cross my mind of the fact that we should have been married before I got pregnant with my oldest son. It really did not cross my mind. So that just makes me think maybe psychologically I probably thought that that was the norm. But that is the problem in the black community, that it's young black girls and women grow up being around a lot of single mothers, having single mothers in their family, um, seeing a lot of single mothers in the community, and her growing up without a father herself in a single parent household. So it becomes a cycle. And the boys think that that's normal too. They think and if you don't have I didn't particularly have a religious upbringing. We went to church here and there, but I didn't particularly have a religious upbringing. Unless you have parents that really really stresses the importance of being married before you have children, and show you in the Bible where God says yes, you need to marry first. Unless you have a parents that really stresses that, or a young black there's some black children that grow up in a two-parent home, and then they see that example of a two-parent household. And so when they see that example, then they say, okay, well, this is the way it's supposed to be. But when you don't see that example, a lot of young black girls grow up in an environment where there's a lot of single mothers. There's a lot of single mothers in their neighborhood. There are single mothers in their family. So psychologically, it is. I think it psychologically is looked at as um, the normal, like it's normal. And I didn't even get the gist of, now when I got pregnant with my youngest son. Okay, well because after I had my oldest, I said, that's when a few years after I had my oldest, and that's when it dawned on me that I really don't want to have another child unless I have a husband. And of course, it didn't happen like that the second time around. So it wasn't until like a few years down the road until I realized the importance of being married before you bring forth a child, because being a single mother is rough. So, But it's God's way of doing things. But that's a lot of people have been saying is that um, single motherhood it's become so normalized because she's not married. She's not married. She's got a boyfriend. Kiki Palmer is got a boyfriend, but she's not married or fiance. Maybe he's a fiance. Correct me if I'm wrong. And a lot of other black female celebrities, some other black female celebrities have gotten pregnant outside of marriage. People had a issue of her. She appeared to be glorifying single motherhood, having a baby outside of marriage, and that's what the problem is in the black community. It's glorified, it's normalized, and a lot of things that's happening in the community is single motherhood. A lot of these children are coming from single homes, single mother um, parent homes, or homes without a father, and as a result, a lot of bad things happen in the community as a result of there not being a father in the home because young boys and young black boys and young black girls are growing up and they're being socialized to think that this single motherhood is normal. But even the boys get that ingrained psychologically into their mindset and thinking that they don't have to necessarily be married to a woman that you know that 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 they put they give their seed to. And so it's important for both. So I stress for both of my sons the importance, particularly when I became a witness and I drew a close relationship with God. Um, I um, stress the importance with my two boys. I stress the importance of being married before you become a father, you know, and being the head of that household and giving them a firm understanding of the headship arrangement. Of course, my oldest son did not listen. I'm hoping that my youngest son will break the cycle. I said, I hope that man, you will break the cycle of single parenthood, having children outside of marriage in the family. Hopefully, I got two nieces, and one is engaged. She doesn't have any children outside of marriage. And I got another niece that doesn't have any children outside of marriage. And I have a nephew that doesn't have any children outside of marriage. So, and a cousin. I have a cousin. I have a cousin that don't have any children outside of marriage as well. So I got some young people in my family. They're very smart, and they're um, not going that route, and I'm very proud of them for that. But it's just it's becoming a major issue in the black community, and then when you have celebrities that's co-signing this, they're endorsing it, and black women get this stigma. I can't say that word. Stigmatization of that baby mama title being tacked onto them. Black single mothers get that baby mama title. I was looking at an article, and I was going to do a whole different video, but Huffington Post put an article out of Kate Hudson, um, Goldie Hawn's daughter. Goldie Hawn, you know, the actress Goldie Hawn's daughter, Kate Hudson. Huffington Post did an article on her. She has three baby daddies. And when I didn't click on, I read the article. I don't know if I read the article or not, but I clicked on the first thing. I rushed to the comments to see what people were saying. And of course, I put my little 2 cents in there too. People were sitting up there making excuses for her. And they were saying, well, she was engaged to one. And I said, well, they wouldn't make them kind of excuses for black women. And she's technically a baby mama. But people, I noticed that a lot of people in the comics section were making excuses for her. Well, she was engaged to one, and she was married to one, and well, I think she was. Yeah, I think she was married before. I think. I think she's engaged now. I don't know, but they was making excuses. Um, as to why that she had three baby daddies, and the article was talking about how she juggles co-parenting, how she navigates co-parenting with these three fathers. I said, you know what? They will never, ever have a article on a black woman that has three baby daddies, talking about how she navigates co-parenting with her three baby daddies. You will never, ever see an article like that of a black woman. And if my memory serves me correctly, Erica Badu has three baby fathers, three fathers, three children, and three fathers, and she got trashed. Erica Badu got trashed for having three fathers, but Kate Hudson gets glorified. See, white women don't get that same stigmatization. Like that's like the Kardashians. We know that Kourtney Kardashian had three kids by Scott. Wasn't not never got married to him, didn't get married. Of course, she's married now. And Kylie has two children with Travis Scott, and she's not married to him. But nobody gives them that label. Nobody puts that stigmatized label on them as baby mamas. Even though both of them have, and Chloe has not, she now has two children by Tristan Thompson. I did a whole nother video talking about her. She just had another baby via surrogate. She didn't marry the man. Okay, but nobody never stigmatizes them with that label. Nobody never stigmatizes them as the label a baby mama, even though their baby's fathers are black. Even though their baby's fathers are black, nobody never puts that stigmatizing label on white women. If you really pay attention, nobody puts that stigmatizing label on white women. It's always the black woman that gets stigmatized. Even there, if they're single mothers of other races other than white women, I don't never hear nobody else stigmatizing any other race of women with that label, baby mama. Black women are the only women that get stigmatized with that label, baby mama. So it's really sad, but we're the most horribly stereotyped women in the world. But I just thought that was interesting how Kate Hudson, Huffington Post did a whole article about how does she navigate, co-parenting with her baby, with her three fathers, with doing a whole article about it. I said, you will never see that. I said, you'll never see people making 50 million excuses for her. Some people were saying, cracking on her, but it was a lot of people that was making excuses. See, it's viewed differently in the white community. They don't get that stigmatizing label, even though the fathers of the children could be black. And even if somebody says it, that baby mama label don't stick with them like it does with black women. We're the only ones that get stigmatized with that label, baby mama. And so it's unfortunate, but that's the way it is. And so we need to um us older black women need to mentor these younger black girls coming up. And getting married and before having babies should be should be normalized. We should normalize that. Getting married first before having babies in the black community, and also waiting till you are financially ready to bring forth children in the black community. And when you have these celebrities that seem to co-sign this, it becomes an issue because who, Kiki Palmer, or she was a child actress. It could be a lot of young ladies looking up to her. Um, so they look at her being pregnant, and they may think that's okay. And so we need to stop glorifying single motherhood in the black community. We need to stop glorifying it. We need to stop with the stigmatization, this baby mama stigmatization, although that's gonna keep going. We need to stop normalizing single motherhood, and we need to normalize getting married first, securing a husband first before having children. And then some of the black ladies in the comment section of that blog, with Kiki Palmer, we are talking about Kiki Palmer. was saying that I'm gonna wait until marriage, and I'm not gonna so there is a lot of black women that don't have children, and they have opted to wait for a marriage mate to have. That is smart thinking. That's smart thinking. But what we need to do is we need to encourage young black women, ladies coming up on a mass level, to have this mindset. If we raise the bar as black women, and we raise the bar and have a set of requirements, then maybe our men will raise up to that same standard. If we put our foot down on a mass level and say, young black women saying, hey, I'm not going to have any children before marriage and stuff like that, and raise that bar and raise that standard, then maybe, just maybe, I'll say maybe, I don't know, men will raise up and meet that standard. So we need to normalize marriage before children in the black community. We need to stress that when our young people, young black males and young black females, because that's God's way. That's the way God says it's supposed to be. And we need to, the churches need to do a better job of stressing this. I think the churches are so busy trying to make money off of folks in the black communities. There's lots of churches in the black communities, but I think they're so busy trying to make money off of people that they don't stress that. They don't stress that enough. There should be a youth there should be like a youth ministry in these churches where these older black people are ministering to these young people, and then letting these young people know, okay, you're gonna get yourself education, you're gonna get financially stable, you're gonna secure a marriage mate before you decide to start a family. So what's going on with our black churches? Our black churches are failing the black community and not really stressing this to our young people, because there's still a black teen pregnancy, and black single motherhood is still running rapid in the black community. So that tells me the black churches are not doing a too good of a job in steering these young people in the right direction. You know what I mean? So there's a whole lot of them in the black community, but they're so busy trying to get money from the people that they're not really preaching the gospel and preaching the truth of the Bible like they're supposed to, and stressing certain things in the Bible, like no sex outside of marriage, wait until you get a marriage made to start a family, this and that and the other. So that's what we need to start normalizing in the black community. We need to stop glorifying this single mother, baby daddy, baby mama thing. We need to start teaching our young people to be more sexually responsible, males and females. It ain't no, just females. No, males and females need to learn to be more sexually responsible. Need to be more, learn to be more responsible for their bodies, because a baby ain't the only thing you got to worry about. There's also sexually transmitted diseases, and there's a couple of them that can take you out of here permanently. So that needs to be stressed more in the black community, and parents need to talk to their young people more. Not to say that they're going to always listen, but that's what we need to start stressing more in the black community: getting financially stable and securing a marriage mate before starting a family. And we need to stop normalizing and glorifying single parenthood, because there's nothing cute about it. Being a single mother is, it's not cute. Having being a baby daddy with two and three and four and five baby mamas, it's not cool. I don't care how much they try to say it's cool. It's not cool. When they get hit with that child support, they don't think it's cool. When they get put in jail for child support and get hit with that child support, they don't think it's cool. See, they no longer think it's cool. It's not cool for a black male. It's not cool for the black female. It's not cute. It's really not cute, because it's really detrimental to our children being raised up in communities and all these single parent homes, and not have that guidance, especially our young black males having that guidance from that father figure like they should. And black females can benefit from a father as well. black males and black females need that father figure, that strong father figure in the home. We need to normalize strong black families. Strong black families is what we need to normalize in the community. Then we can cut back on some of these things that's happening in the black communities. Okay, well, let me know what you think in the comment section about these. Do you think it's wrong for these celebrities, these black female celebrities and male celebrities to glorify single parenthood? Do you think Kiki Palmer came across as glorifying, when she showed her belly and all that kind of stuff? You think she came across like she's glorifying single motherhood? Do you think other black female celebrities kind of come across like they're glorifying single motherhood? Um, Hit me up in the comments section. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. And until the next video, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like, and that share. And until the next video, be blessed.